Sa World Remit, naiintindihan namin ang iyong paglalakbay. Na minsan, kailangan lumayo upang makamit ang tagumpay. With ways to save more, when you send more, World Remit is here for you, so you can be there for them.
Happy Thursday! Thursday na ho ngayon. Happy Thursday. Magandang araw ho sa inyo lahat. Welcome ho. I'm sure maligaya na naman kayo, masaya, merong ligaya sa inyong puso dahil today is another interaction social bubble family day or night, no? So happy Thursday. Magandang gabi ho sa inyo lahat. Ako po si SONNY LARAGAN, no? Dito po sa ating palatuntunan ng Immigration Corner. Ayan, kung saan ay yung mga issues, mga problema, mga kaalamang tungkol sa immigration ay tinatalakay ho natin. Pero siyempre, no, hindi ako ang may alam dyan. Ito ho, ang kasama natin. Mga kaibigan, ang pinagmamalaki nating, pinakamamahal din nating abogada, siyempre, immigration expert, no? Siya ho ay mahal na mahal nyo, no? At namimiss nyo, at kinukumusta nyo kung ano nangyari the past week, no? Mga kaibigan, ang I think managing partner ho to, managing ng Douglas Simon Solicitors, walang iba kundi si Attorney LIRA Simon CABATBAT. Attorney, magandang gabi sa iyo.
Hi Sonny, happy Thursday. How are you?
Yes, happy Thursday. O, kumusta? Well, as usual, how was your week? Ano ang pinagagawa mo the last time we were together on the show, no? Kumusta? Anything new? Anything, new hobby? New, nagko-crochet ka ba ngayon?
No.
Oh, di ba? Ano ba?
No, I would be as good as good in crocheting as I would be cooking, which means very, very bad.
Very.
This week has flown by. Actually, kaninang umaga.
Pag busy, ganyan
talaga. I woke up thinking it was only Tuesday. And so I was really surprised. I thought, gosh, Thursday na.
Totoo yan.
Yeah.
Oh. The last time you were also, di ba, nalito ka rin doon sa, it was supposed, Monday was a bank holiday, and you were thinking that, parang halos bago lang yung linggo, but not realizing na, di ba, 1 week of the week was already parang holiday, no? Oo. Well, ganun talaga. Pagka busy, pagka masaya o maganda o busy or productive ka, I think it's like that eh. Pero kung bored na bored ka, wala kang ginagawa, hindi ka in love, kasi mga in love mabilis ang panahon eh, di ba? Time flies so quickly, di ba? So well, that's good. Yeah. That's good. Oo,
so it's ikaw, anong
umulan, di ba? Umulan sa Richmond, umulan niya, London yata, it was not good during the weekend, di ba? The weather was not nice, di ba? Drizzly.
Yeah.
Di ba? Medyo...
It's actually on, was it Friday or Saturday nga? Ang lakas ng ulan. So it was, it was, I think summer's finished, last week, mainit, the 2 days, that's it. And so I think it's, unfortunately, we may not get such a good summer. But, at least pwede na tayong lumabas, that's something. Whereas this time,
compared
last year, no?
Pero last year nakakalabas yata, attorney, meron yata silang government program wherein you will eat 50% yata. Di ba yung last year naalala nyo?
Oh, yeah.
Di ba naalala mo yun na?
Yeah.
May government
Eat out, help out, no?
Eat out, help out, and then you just pay about one half. And then alam mo, meron dito, have you been to yung, ano pangalan itong, yung hindi ko alam kung Brazilian o naku, nakalimutan ko na, yung eat all you can, puro karne. I forgot the name. Ano pangalan to? Nandiyan sa Putney, tapos sa corner siya ng I don't know if you're familiar with Putney, no? Yung area na merong sinihan dyan, Odeon yata yan. Pero yung corner na yun O di Putney High Street, and then may Preto yata, Preko. Ewan ko anong pangalan nun, Preto. Pero yun nga, para eat all you can, puro baboy, puro mga meat, puro ano.
Wow.
And there
And
is
did
a
you go?
Yes, I did. Alam mo, ang pinaka-pangit lang, pangit in the sense, sabi ko, pangit, dahil I only was able to enjoy it almost mga 2 or 3 days before the end of it. Sayang. Because my partner then, medyo meron siya work, so during the week na pwedeng hindi kami makakain doon sayang. Pero yeah, we did finally at least mga once or twice yata. Masarap doon sa Preto yata o Preko o something like that Oo.
Yeah, I think
Mahilig ka ba sa mga
what you mean nga.
Mahilig ka ba sa meat? Mahilig ka ba sa meat?
No. I mean, I'm definitely, I'm no vegetarian, unfortunately. No, I would miss meat if I give it up. Pero, unfortunately, I did not. I don't actually. I think it was particularly busy nga at the time. And yung mga restaurants nga, if you
Anong
book,
summertime
they were
last year?
always booked out.
Yung mga July?
They were always booked out. So I did not even make use of it, not even once. It just passed me by. So,
kami naman. Tama. Kami hinahabol lang namin because sayang libre. Ano yata yun? Parang 1/2 nga yun. And then the government will have to pay the 1/2 just parang to help the businesses that time. Pero tama ka. Maluwag na yun. Parang compared to this time, kasi kung mga last year, mga nakaraan natin, ngayon parang parang medyo lumuluwag-luwag na, no? And hopefully, by July 19, di ba? Sabi nga nila, hopefully sana maayos na. But we still have the variant. In fact, kung nanood ka ng balita ngayon, sabi ni Merkel, wag i-welcome yung mga British people, no? Just sa Germany, sa Europe, dahil nga, because of this Indian or Delta variant na very prevalent dito sa sa United Kingdom. Kaya well, at least na ngayon marami nang vaccinated. And ikaw ba, if you were to travel, would you agree na kasi yung traveling, di ba, kumbaga capitulate is that the word kawawa naman yung travel industry, no, dahil marami gusto mag-travel, especially summertime. Would you prefer na okay lang sana na hindi na tayo higpitan sa mga quarantine coming from maski sa amber countries, no, kung double jab ka na, may double jab ka na twice, no, would you okay lang ba sa yan? Would you para maka-travel to help the travel industry and people? Somehow it's summer, the summer will pass by na walang nangyari, no? What do you think? Opinion mo lang, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I mean, I must say I'm torn dahil nga because we've been through this for a long time now, and ang daming tao mga namatay, and some very badly also affected by it. I'm not sure that of course importante in travel industry, and they bring in quite a lot of money economically. It's very important, to other countries and of course to us, UK. But I'm not sure that at least at the moment, until more people are also vaccinated, say in other countries, that we can say dito we're probably in a much better position, because we're a big part of the UK population has been vaccinated. So we probably, even if we get it, we won't suffer so badly. Pero kung sabihin natin, you have it and you go abroad, and you spread it there in a country where perhaps they're not so well vaccinated, then those people were likely to suffer more, So I think maybe the delay
muna.
Really
You feel a bit of a delay it more, ganon. Put up with it muna, a bit of a sacrifice, extension, ganon ang feeling mo, attorney?
Yeah, no, I think for the travel at least, maybe kind of stagger it. For me, okay, if it's a big sacrifice, of course, for a lot of people nga, and those people especially relying on travel industry for livelihood, not even, never mind of course the leisure, the tourists that want to go and enjoy it. But sa akin, if you need to stagger anything, maybe the travel is the thing to struggle, to delay.
To stagger, to delay. Okay.
Yeah, so dito open up, no, the things that the eating, weddings nga, so all those things, maybe open them up, and then if we need to delay things, then maybe the travel nga, at least people going out, just yung nga, it's you could be okay. Sabihin natin, nandito ka, no? You vaccinated, double jab ka, you're not going to be affected anymore. Tapos umuwi ka sa atin, no? Sa Pinas, no? And na mahawaan mo yung, no, na mga kaibigan mo doon, kamag-anak mo doon, and they're the ones who would suffer. So I would be, yeah, it's
So wag na muna. Delayed for a bit, stagger it. Okay. Yeah. So in other words, okay, because summertime, mga Briton are so obsessed with holidays, diba? Dito, when I first arrived in this country, people are looking forward, no? Yung mentality, diba? Bagong salta ka na, you just arrive, and then mga bago kayo mga Pilipino, and nagwa-wonder kayo, why do the Brits talagang look forward to their holidays, no? Sa atin, hindi actually holiday. Holiday is a new word for us. Although we know holiday, what a holiday is, pero sanay tayo sa vacation, eh. No, I'm having a vacation, di ba? Ganon, hindi naman holiday eh. Dito lang pagdating mo sa UK, iba ang terminology. Although we know holiday to holiday, but yun nga, ganon, no? So mag-holiday, nagugulat, yung mga Pinoy, kasama na rin ako, talaga obsessed sa mga Briton. Kasi nga naman, we have 4 seasons eh. May winter time eh. And then when it's sunny, kita mo, pagka umaraw lang ng konti, nakabilad na sila eh. Pero yung mga Pilipino, nakita mo, may umbrella, nasa gilid, no?
Umbrella tayo.
Di ba? Mga Pilipino, di ba nagtatago? Wala na ka naman makikita, bibihira. Siguro ako sobrang puti na Pilipino. I don't know. Pareho tayo. Ano ba kulay mo, attorney? Brown o puti? Kasi yung kulay mo, medyo colored ka na ngayon sa ano.
Yeah, no, I always go different shades of pale, no. So I would like to be a little bit darker, but most of the time, you know, it's I wear jackets nga, you know, inside and outside. So hindi nakakasilip, no.
Oo. pero pagka sunny ganyan, hindi ka you're not really a big fan of the sun. Yeah, na nasa labas ka na ano. Minsan some people would go to a pub or they'll have just may table sa labas, lalabas sila, nasa araw. Ako, I wouldn't do that. Although, ayoko magpa-araw dahil dami ng araw sa Pilipinas, so many years, di ba? So, teka muna, attorney, bago tayo, we'll launch into our topic for today, and I know it's children and immigration, which is a very good topic for today, for tonight. Pero let's go into our greeting segment portion, di ba? Mag-greetings tayo, di ba?
Yeah.
Ngayon, ayan na naman, the usual question ay tinatanong ko sa, who do you think is the first tonight? Oh, okay. Yeah. Who's your best bet for being the first, to greet us, to say hello to us sa programa? Okay. Hulaan mo nga, attorney.
Well, no, last week I already committed myself. Dahil sabi ko kay Miss Paner, look, we have to do this together. So, ang hula ko ngayon, uli, Miss Paner. So, Miss Paner, you'd better have been dialing in very quickly,
Kasi hat trick, sabi mo, di ba? Ikaw, di ba? 2 in a row. Di ngayon, kailangan triple, let's see kung makaka-triple siya, no? Okay, ito na. Cha-cha-cha-chan. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, ang bumati sa atin for, anong araw ba ngayon? Bumati sa atin uli for today, no? Tingnan, tama nga ba yan? Iba pala itong na-flash ko. Sandali, attorney. Naku, mali pala yung aking na-flash. Iba pala yung... okay, sandali lang, ha? Sorry. Sorry. Pero sinuhula mo uli? Sinuhula mo?
Miss Paner, si Miss Paner.
Si Miss Paner nga uli, no? Oo, si Miss Paner.
Titingnan natin.
Titingnan natin, mga kaibigan. Dapat meron tayong parang drum roll dito, ano? Di ba? Para... Tran. Next time nga, pag ano tayo, mga drum rolls natin para medyo maganda, exciting, parang kala mo may mananalo ng ng lottery prize, no? Okay. Ito, mga kaibigan, ang ating nanalo, hindi naman nanalo, ang unang bumate sa ating programa ngayon. Tingnan natin kung tama si attorney, kung for the third time correct or yung hula niya. Let's see. Ito ang ating first greeter. Ayan. Nga, sis. Palagi ko, hindi ito natulog. Siguro,
we love you.
Hindi ito natulog. Siguro, ang ginawa nito, nag-abang siguro. Baka meron siya ng mga, ano ba yung palito ba sa mata, no? Hindi wala nang tulog, talaga inabangan niya. Kailangan pag on ng show, ng Happy Thursday show natin kailangan mauna ako. Yeah, attorney, pakibasa. Sige.
Okay, I have the great pleasure of reading this out, no? Galing po ito kay Miss Marian Galicia Paner, the lovely Miss Paner. So sabi po niya, hello po Kuya Sonny and Attorney Lira at sa lahat, magandang gabi po and happy Thursday po and stay safe and God bless po. I'm watching from
Cheltenham yan.
naman, no?
Cheltenham. Oh,
Yeah,
Cheltenham. Oh, yeah,
Miss
yes. Okay, so,
Paner, wonderful.
yes.
Salamat.
Pag naka-4 pa siya, naka-5, ano tawag doon? 4 in a row na lang. Walang tatawag. Wala na. 4 in a row. O, di ba? 4 in a row. 5,
I think, 4 in a row. 5, 4 in a row, I think I owe her lunch. 5 in a row, I think I owe her dinner.
Ay, pag 6 in a row, ano na to? Gawin na natin tong co-host na. Dahil kasama natin lagi, no? So, Marian, ano ang nickname mo? May nickname ka ba, Marian? Is that Marie, Ann, di ba? Marian. Yun na talaga ang pangalan mo, Marian, no? So, thank you, at you've made it. You made yung guest ni attorney correct. So, ayan, no? So, nag-align yung mga stars at siyang
Miss Paner,
okay.
you made my week.
Yes, of course. Ikaw, Marian, talagang, which is good. That only shows that you're there and supportive. Sinishare mo ba, Marian, yung program natin? Do you share it on your page? Lahat ho ng nanonood, you can share it, no? And let your friends know about this program and the station and Filipino TV Europe, no? Let them know na we have these programs all over here. Okay. Ayan, yung aking teacher namin sa high school yan, elementary grade school sa Pilipinas, sa Notre Dame of Greater Manila. Ayan, attorney.
Yeah, so si Manang Cora Carsola. Hello, Sir Sonny at Attorney Lira. N.O. Maligayang gabi. Hi, Manang.
Yes, good evening, no? Si Ma'am Cora. Okay, ito. Kita mo, pag hindi ito.
Of course.
Of course. Pagka may sakit yan, pagka hindi naka-caps yan. No?
Yeah, no. I mean, I would be worried if it's not caps. No, galing po to kay Miss Emmeline Rafael. Good evening, Sonny and Attorney Lira. Happy Thursday, everyone.
Ayun, happy Thursday din sa'yo. Emmeline, may second siya. She would like us to know where she's watching from. Yan.
Oh, Wimbledon. So watching from Wimbledon this time. Happy to see you both. So Wimbledon, that's home, Diba? Or is that yung
High Barnet is
home?
the place of the friend whose hubby died recently. So she's there to comfort the friend, to Ayan, si Emmeline Rafael, no? Okay, good. Emmeline Rafael. Ayan.
Yeah, for me. So, galing po to kay May Tigbao Vargas. Good evening, Sir Sonia and Attorney Lira. Watching here from Exeter, Devon. Happy Thursday to all. Hi, Ms. Vargas.
Oh, yeah. Hi. Devon. Ang layo din yan. Devon, Exeter, di ba? Parang dulong-dulo yan. I think Exeter is beyond past yata. Bournemouth, kung di ako nagkakamali, no? Tama ba? Bournemouth, Exeter yata, di ba? Parang lagpas pa rin, no? Oo. Imagine mo yan.
It's beautiful.
We're making her night. Imagine, siguro alam mo, nainggit ako sa mga viewers natin. You know why, attorney? Kasi nakapo tayo, kailangan alert tayo. Pwede sila mag-relax. They can be in the couch, nasa bed, watching us, di ba? Nag-enjoy sila. Or they could also watch us with the family, no? Just like, ito, isang ipapakilala ko na when he was, hindi pa ngayon, the one after, na he was, mamaya, sige, anin ka muna, itong next pagbati natin, sige.
Okay. Galing kay Beth B. Prado. Hi, Sir Sonny. Hi, Sir Sonny.
Yeah, no. Ito yung sinasabi ko, when he was young, he was listening to me together with his grandmother. Ayan.
Oh.
Ayan,
talaga?
Yeah. Si Oliver.
Yeah, Oliver. Yeah, Oliver Fernandez.
Fernandez.
A sunny good afternoon to everyone from Everett, near Seattle, in the state of Washington. Hello, our dashing Kuya Sonny, and to the lovely Attorney Lira. Oh, he's lovely.
Yeah, looking forward to today's discussion. Oh, yeah. Oh, maganda. Ang discussion ngayon, children and immigration. Ayan. Okay. Ito, attorney, yan. Ito ko, paborito natin kaibigan to. Kaya nawawala to once in a while, no?
Yes, so the lovely M.M. Giling. Hi, good evening po. Happy Thursday, ma'am and sir. Hi, Miss Giling.
Hi, Miss Giling. Oh, yeah, M.M. MM, mabuhay ka. Ganda ng pangalan, MM, no? Ito, ayan,
Lovely.
nagbigay na lang kung anong nickname niya.
Okay. My nickname po is Neng.
Neng.
Opo,
Neng.
lagi ko po share ang program nyo. Maraming salamat po. So ang nickname mo, Neng.
Neng lang, Neng.
Neng lang,
Neng.
Neng.
Neng, nilalagyan lang ng H, parang pinaka-cute lang nila. Normally, di ba, yung Sonny, I can write Sonny with an H, S-H-O-N-N-Y. Di ba? Noong araw na uso yung, you add in an H, kunyari, Mila, M-I-L-A, lalagyan mo ng H, M-H-I-L-A. There was a time sa Pilipinas na uso yan eh. You would add an H. Kamukha mo, Lira. So, pero sa'yo, pwedeng lagyan mo sa ending, no? Or pwedeng nung L-H-I-R-A. Ganyan, no? Lira. Ayan. Yan ba talagang pangalan mo, attorney? Hindi ka ba Magdalena Lira o Amelita Lira? Walang ganon, no? Yan ang mismo, Lira. Wala kang middle name.
Yun lang po.
Wala kang middle name.
Wala akong middle name. Lira lang. Lira, that is it.
Walang Maria
ng-
Teresa o Teresita
No,
Lira, walang ganyan, no? Okay. Well, okay.
No.
At least,
Tamad ang magulang ko. So they just said, Lira. So easier to write also when you're starting to write nga.
Lira could also
Ikaw,
be...
ang buong pangalan, Son.
Ano yan, attorney?
Ikaw, buong mong pangalan, Sonny, ano man yun?
That's my real name. Actually, yesterday we had a show with yung aking The Sonny LARAGAN show on a Wednesday. In-explain ko, yan ang talagang pangalan ko. Sa birth certificate ko yan. When I was growing up, ang pangalan ko, akala ko, kasi sa baptismal certificate ko, Joseph Sonny LARAGAN. So I thought my name was Joseph. So from my grade school hanggang high school, I was just writing down Joseph LARAGAN. Nung nag-university ako sa UST, they were looking for my original birth certificate. And when I showed it to them, I was surprised. I was aghast. Sabi ko, my name is Sonny pala. Sonny LARAGAN. And so, from when I started first year ng college sa UST, I started using Joseph Sonny LARAGAN. Hanggang sa, ang diploma ko ng elementary high school, Joseph LARAGAN. Ang diploma ko ng university college ko, Joseph Sonny De Leon LARAGAN na. So, in-include ko na yung Sonny. Joseph Sonny. So, yun. But if I were... no, and it was maluwag. I don't know if kung alam mo yung panahon na yun. You can apply for a passport using your baptismal certificate then. Kasi ang birth certificate ko, attorney, maaawa ka sa akin. Alam mo kung bakit? Ang birth certificate ko kalahating bond paper. Ganun lang, typewritten lang. Kasi I was born in Irosin, Sorsogon. Kumadrona pa yata nag-anak sa akin eh. Kasi yung mother ko, when they had a row with my dad, boarded a bus and then he took her all the way to Sorsogon, Irosin. I haven't even been to the place, would you believe, of my birthplace. Hindi ko pa napuntahan. Up to now. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But anyway, so yun, Sonny ang pangalan ko. And I was making the research. I was named after a heavyweight boxer who was very popular then. His name's Sonny Liston. A heavyweight boxer yan eh. At tumalo kay siya. Siya ang tinalo ni Muhammad Ali. But he was so parang tough looking yung guy na yun. So yun ang pangalan ko, Sonny. Yan pala ang tunay kong pangalan, Tony. Ngayon, may Joseph ako simply because I've been using it in my records for college and everything, university, diploma and everything, and passports, Joseph Sonny. Pero wala na, magugulo na. Pag dito, may deed poll tayo. Pinag-uusapan namin deed poll. I can change my name to, ano kaya ang pangalan? Tom Jones, if I wanted to. Pero pwede yan, di ba, Tony? I can change it to Tom Cruise kung gusto ko. Di ba? Pwede yun eh. Dito, sa UK. Pero sa Pilipinas, it's a lot of hassle. You'll have to go through a court process yata. Unless kung spelling lang konti ng Sonny ko, biglang nagkaroon ng H, typographical or no, pwede yun, saglit lang. Pero kung if I will totally change my name or meron drastic change, I think it will be quite expensive back home. Dito, I can change my name. No problem, no? By deed poll. Yeah. Okay, attorney. Ayan, okay, ito. Ayan, so may kwentong ang pangalan ko. Attorney, ikaw, Lira, ako, Sonny. Pero may Joseph. Ngayon, alam na nila. Okay. Oy, Filipino nurse. Ito, ano ba to? Filipino nurses, may mamati. Good evening. Ayan. Sonny and Lira.
Yeah.
Sino
so
kaya
galing
to?
sa Filipino-British nurses.
Baka ito yung organization ni Mayora. Alam mo, yung first mayor na Pilipino, naging konsehal muna bago naging mayor. Oo, ako nag-cover for GMA, no? Si Danny
Kung
Favor,
galing si
Danny
Maribel,
Favor.
ewan ko.
Oh, may ang
Yeah,
wife niya si
so-
Maribel Favor. Yeah, so I guess baka ito yan, no?
Yeah.
Kung
Yeah,
ikaw ba
no, tama ka.
Maribel, ikaw ba yan? Tama, sabi niya. Oh, good, sorry, tama na ba? Andiyan pala eh. Okay, yan. Si Maribel
Yeah.
of East Greenstead. Naku, mahal natin yan. Yung mag-asawa na yan. Yan, si Mayora. We call her Mayora because, of course, the husband's the mayor of East Greenstead. Oh, mayor ha? East Greenstead. Tapos
wow.
ito yung misis, si Maribel. So, mabuhay, Maribel ha? Thanks for watching. Ha? Thank you. Ayan, sumagot siya. Asan ba? Sumagot siya, attorney. Sabi niya, yes, sir.
Yes,
Mabuhay,
sir.
si Mayora. Ha? Nang na-install yan as mayor, we were there, no? Saan yan? Sa East Greenstead, no? Imagine mo yan. I think it's West Sussex ba? East Sussex. Dalawa kasi Sussex West tsaka East, no? Ayan. Lizzie Hubs, attorney. Ayan.
Okay, Lizzie Hub. So, good evening, happy Thursday, lovely Attorney Lira and Pogi, Sir Sonny.
Wow.
Mabuhay mga kababayan sa ang sulok ng mundo.
Kita mo naman, ha? Alam niya kasi marami tayong viewer from from viewers from all over the world, no? Ano yung mga anak niya? Hubby and child yan? Okay. Well, ayan mga kaibigan, we'll have a short break and when we come back, doon ho tayo sa ating topic na topic, hindi ako magdi-discuss, si attorney magdi-discuss. I cannot claim to be my topic to talk about, no? Siya yan. And that's gonna be our topic when we come back. Huwag ho kayong alis, no? At saglit po lamang kami po ay magbabalik.
Sa World Remit, naiintindihan namin ang iyong paglalakbay. Na minsan, kailangan lumayo upang makamit ang tagumpay. With ways to save more, when you send more, World Remit is here for you, so you can be there for them.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon, serbisyong mapagkakatiwalaan, serbisyong maaasahan pagdating sa inyong mga padalang balikbayan boxes. Dito ka na sa Forex Cargo. Sa presyong kayang-kaya ng bulsa, sigurado ka pa sa inyong padala. Forex Cargo. Dahil kailangan makarating. Call 0208-813-7064. O, ano pang inaantay niyo mga kabayan? Tayo na sa Forex Cargo.
%100% all natural, tasty, healthy, versatile, 4 unique flavors. Taste a real sauce. Galettos.
During these trying times, we salute the frontliners who are tirelessly caring for all of us against the COVID-19. To all the courageous nurses, doctors, carers, and paramedics at the NHS, words are not enough to thank you. We at Highlight Express International are here to support you back with a full semester 10% discount when you send your balikbayan boxes to your family in the Philippines. Dahil ang Highlight Express International ay para sa pamilya.
Okay, tuloy-tuloy tayo. Welcome back to the program. Ito po ang Immigration Corner at syempre kasama natin yung pinakamamahal nating abogada, espesyalista ho sa immigration. Walang iba kundi si Attorney Lira Simon CABATBAT. Attorney, good evening once again.
Happy Thursday.
Yes, and we're going to be talking about yung you're going to be talking about, we're going to be in ang ating topic natin for tonight, no? Something about children and immigration. pag-uusapan ho natin. So abangan ho natin. Sandali lang at ating hinahanap yung ating pina-flash na topic natin for tonight. Ayun. Mukhang nawala yata. Biglang nawala. Anyway, sige. Anyway, di bale. Sige. Mga kaibigan, ito po. No? Attorney, so we're gonna be talking about children and immigration. So, ayan, take it away.
Okay. So, ang discussion po natin ngayon nga, yung children and immigration. Now, specifically, when can a child be British nga, o at saka, kung may problema yung immigration, what can you do? So, unang-una po ito, lagi sinasabi ng tao sa akin, no? Kung dito pinanganak yung bata, automatic na bang British? The answer is no, no. Now, however, there's a possibility that they may become British. Now, I mean, a lot of children, of course, born in the UK, British nga, yung magulang nila, they would be also British. But not everyone, of course, fit into that category. So sabihin na, let's look at the various possibilities. So una po, tingnan natin is when can a child register to become British? So kung hindi nga automatic British. Now, yung process ng registration, the equivalent to that in adult terms is yung naturalization. So the process of registration applied to children who were born in the United Kingdom. Okay? Now, there are two, if you like, common roots nga, no? Now, there are basically, batas sabi doon, there's the British nationality, governed by the British Nationality Act, and the first one is something called Section 1(3). So, tingnan natin nga yun, no? So, first thing nga, as I've said, is the child must be born in the United Kingdom, yun ang una. Must be under the age of 18, okay? And the child's parent has become British or obtains settlement status in the United Kingdom. So, indefinite leave to remain po, no? Now, pagka over 18 na yung bata, hindi na nila pwedeng gamitin to. So, basically, if dito siya pinanganak, under 18, at saka yung magulang niya has become British or has had indefinite leave to remain. Kung yun ang nangyari, then you can apply your child to be registered. Pagka meron na silang registration, then they are British and can then apply for British passport. So, that's quite a common route. So, yun pong una. Now, second possibility, and this is more to do nga with children, you can use this where children do not have leave to remain in the UK. Pero yung nga, kailangan pa rin pakita, dito nga sila pinanganak. So that's covered by, again, the British Nationality Act, but this time Section 1(4), no? Again, born in the United Kingdom, at least 10 years old, okay, and has lived in the United Kingdom continuously nga for that time, okay? In that case, kahit wala kang visa yung magulang mo, magulang o siya, okay? So overstay na sabihin natin, pero pinanganak dito, has been in the United Kingdom for a minimum nga of 10 years and has lived here continuously, even though overstay na nga yung bata, even though yung magulang niya o overstayer, he can still make an application under that route to be registered. So, once he's registered, then he also again becomes British and will then get nga a British passport. Now, the fee for registration of children is a huge amount of £1,012, no? And that's valid as at today's date, actually. Now, once registered, as I've said, the child will be British and then will receive British citizenship, and of course then can apply for British passport. Now, that becomes particularly interesting kung yung magulang nga walang status dito, no? Because of course kung anak nyo ay British, hindi naman automatic na mabibigyan kayong visa, but of course it makes your case that much stronger. So, that's the case nga if the child was born in the United Kingdom. Now, what happens though if the child was not born in the UK? So, sabihin natin sinamahan kayo, no? So, let's look at an example. So, family, let's say parents nga and 2 children, entered the United Kingdom in 2005. No? Now, the 2 children at the time born in 2003, sabihin natin, and 2006. So the eldest one is now 18, the youngest one is 15. No? Now, the whole family overstayer na sila. So wala na silang status. So and the children both are still living out with parents. Now, what can they do in order to regularize their stay in the UK? Now, tingnan natin maigi. It's worth reading this bit of immigration rule, because although it can be quite complex, it is very, very important. Now, the rule is actually under 276 ADE 1. So unang-una po, is under. So this is where this is what the law says. So where a child is under the age of 18 years, has lived continuously in the UK for at least 7 years, no? And it would not be reasonable to expect the child to leave the United Kingdom. So that's one route. No? Second route is where the child is age 18 or above, okay, and under 25 years old, but has spent at least half of his life living continuously in the United Kingdom. So yung pangalawa. Now, and then a third possibility actually is where the child is aged 18 years or above, has lived continuously in the UK for less than 20 years, okay, and there would be very significant obstacles, no, to the applicants, to the child's integration into the country to which they would have to go if required to leave the United Kingdom. So, there are potentially nga 3 routes. So, tingnan natin yung scenario natin, no? So, yung batang sinabi ko kanina, so one is 15, one is 18 na nga, no? Now, so, let's look at the first scenario where the child is under the age of 18, yung bunso nga. So, in this case, 15 years old na siya. So, he needs to be able to show that he has lived in the United Kingdom for the last 7 years, no? Which clearly, in this case, he did, because he entered the United Kingdom with the parents, at saka yung ate niya o kuya niya, back in 2005. And, no? So, 7 years in the UK, continuously, and it is unreasonable to expect that child to leave the United Kingdom. Now, usually, hindi po problema yung unang-una, the 7 years, because where a child is in the UK, dito na nga lumaki, usually you would have school reports, o kaya even GP letters. So there should be enough documents really to show na continuous nga yung bata ditong 7 years. More of a concern often I find is the second condition, the second limb if you like, itong reasonableness. So basically, sabi doon, and it is unreasonable to expect the child to leave the United Kingdom. Now, here case law is helpful because basically sabi nila, sabi ng batas nga, if the Home Office, when refusing, no, an application, must provide powerful reasons, no, why leave should not be granted. So basically, where a child has spent 7 years nga in the United Kingdom, or indeed even longer, no, the Home Office must say why it is, and they must be good reasons, no, not just any old reason, but must be very good, powerful reasons. Is actually how it's often described as a reason why they should not give leave to remain. Now, the second thing, the second scenario is where yung panganay nga in that family is over the age of, is now 18, or indeed over the age of 18. Now, there, as I've said, between age 18 and under 25. Let me just read that to you again. So, it's age 18 years or above and under 25 and has spent at least half of his life living continuously in the United Kingdom. So, yung example nga natin, parents entered the UK in 2005, 2 children born 2003 and 2006. Yung panganay nga is now 18. So, and under that provision, that child, or it's a young adult really, will then be able to get leave to remain under that provision. No? Now, sabihin natin, yung panganay nga is in the United Kingdom, but has not spent half of his life in the UK. What can you then do? Now, the next potential route, nga, as I said before, is where the child is, say, child is over 18, not lived half of his life in the UK. Then another possible argument nga is this significant obstacles to integration test. Basically, kung babalik nga siya sa Pinas, would he still be able to integrate nga in the Philippines? So things that they will look at would be, no, can he speak Tagalog? No, how long has he actually been in the United Kingdom? Did he study mainly in the UK, for example? No, any other family ties in the in the Philippines? So all those things can be looked at by the Home Office and should be looked at nga by the Home Office to see if it would be if that child can still integrate nga in the Philippines, or will there be significant obstacles to integration? Now, if you're going to pursue an application under that route, what fee do you need to pay and what do you get? Now, the fee, even though it's a children application nga, is £1,052.20. So, mahal, no? So when you're making this application, take legal advice first, because of course, if you make an application, the application is refused, it has potentially quite serious consequences, but also yung pera nyo hindi nila babalik, at least not the Home Office fee. Now, on top of that, you will need to pay the IHS, no? The surcharge, basically your contribution or the child's contribution to the NHS, and that for this type of visa the fee will be £1,560. So the total of both, if you're going on to pay £2,600. So ang laki, no? If you have 2 children, then obviously double that, no? So it can be a huge amount. If you get your application refused, they will give back the IHS surcharge, but of course, as I've said, they will keep the Home Office fee. If the child is granted leave to remain under those routes, no? So yung hindi sila dito pinanganak, parents are overstayers, say, and the child is provided with leave to remain under those bases, then the visa will be for 30 months. So 2.5 years lang muna. Okay? They can make an application, of course, to extend that visa. Pagka 10 taon na sila dito on that basis, then and only then can they apply for indefinite leave to remain, for settlement po. Oh? So basically, you need to make sure at least 28 days nga before you make the application. Now, the good thing is, as I say, kung makakuha nga silang visa on that basis, then the chances of the parents who are also overstayers getting a visa is that much higher. Now, if you're making an application for under that route, you must, no? Also make representations under Article 8, which basically human rights, private life and family life, no? A number of reasons for doing that. Unang-una po, if you make those representations and you get refused, then you should be provided with a right of appeal, because it is likely that the Home Office will say Article 8 human rights was engaged, so that's when you would get a right of appeal. Now, if you're submitting representations under the immigration rules to do with children who not born in the UK but should be granted under the 7-year rule, for example, or indeed Article 8, right to family, what evidence would be helpful? Now, one tip for me is, and the only thing is it can be quite expensive no, is either a psychiatrist report or psychologist report, no? Especially where there are children involved, then the chances are, kung aalis nga sila dito, kung matagal nga sila dito, then it will likely affect them mentally. And so a medical report, a psychiatrist report, psychologist report, may well say, well, with this child's personality, this child's age, this child's needs, this is likely to affect him in this way. Now, that can be quite good and potentially persuasive evidence, no? That it would be unreasonable to expect the child to leave the UK, or that he will not be able to integrate very easily nga, sabihin natin, in the Philippines. And that can be quite important, especially if you get a refusal, no? Because on appeal, you can certainly say then to the judge, tingnan nyo, we also submitted this. They didn't look at it properly. And as always, if you're making an application, it is your application. It is for you to support nga your case. So don't leave it for the Home Office to ask you nga for documents in support, because they won't. No? It is for you to prove your case. So it's for you to submit documents nga in support of your application. So the good news is, kung may mga bata nga kayo dito, then it is possible that they can either even register to be British, if they were born in the United Kingdom, or even if they're not born in the UK, it could even be that they can obtain leave to remain on the basis of the 7 years, as I say, or indeed even or they've been in the UK for at least half of their lives and age between 18 and 25, or they're not able to integrate, say, in the Philippines. Yeah. And if they get a visa on that basis, then any application by the parents, of course, will likely be boosted by having the issue nga of the children. So kung magpapasok yung application, you must not forget and always ensure nga that representations are made on the basis of those rules and other things. No, make sure that you support your case with documents, but also support it with case law and statements po. So do not forget, it is for you to prove your case.
Okay, Nako, sandali lang, attorney, no? Medyo complicated tong tong ating topic, parang I had too much to take in, no? O parang Okay. So, okay, linawin lang natin para lang parang recap lang, no? So we were saying, at least sinasabi, at least 10 years old. Ano ba yung sinasabi mo? Yung 10 years old. Kung dito pinanganak ba? Tapos at least 10 years old. So 10 years old, 11 years old, 12. Pwede na mag-apply ng parang sa British passport muna or magpa-register. Yung ba yung unang sinasabi mo kanina, the example? Okay, all right.
So,
tapos you were talking second, ano ba itong under the age of 18. Ayun. But have lived in the UK for the last 7 years continuously. 15
yun na nga.
Sorry. 15 and under the age of 18 yon. Tama ba?
Yeah, under 18.
Ano naman yung sinasabi mo na... sorry, go ahead. Sige.
Yeah, so maybe tama ka, no? It's quite a complicated area of law. Tsaka ang dami. I mean, this is actually just a summary, no? The case law involved to do with children and other provisions nga, no? Is complex and it's vast, no? And so many things can come into it. But let's look at it this way. So, unang-unang question nga is, dito ba pinanganak yung bata? Now, kung dito pinanganak yung bata, then the two potential routes would be, kung may status yung mga magulang, no? Then, indefinite leave to remain, sabihin natin, nakakuha ng indefinite, no? Then, yung bata nga can apply to be registered. So, yun yung walang problema. So, kung yun nandito magulang as, say, under the skilled worker route, no? Maybe isa siya and then eventually got indefinite leave to remain. Yung batang pinanganak nga dito can then apply to be registered to be British. Dahil yung nanay o yung tatay, indefinite na. No? So that would be one thing. And that's probably the
Pero
most
yan, walang problema yan. But that's quite easy because parang dinala sa UK but the parents have parang illegal ang papers because may work permits, no? Yung sinasabi mo. So madali yan, walang problema rin. Okay lang yan, di ba? Pretty straightforward yan.
Kailangan dito nga siya pinanganak. Yeah,
I'm sorry?
Kailangan dito nga siya pinanganak.
Kailangan dito pinanganak.
Dito
Okay.
siya pinanganak. Yun nga. So, sabihin natin, nandito magulang, skilled worker route, nagkanak sila dito, no? Naging British yung magulang. Yung baby can then register to be British, no? Even though nung unang-unang dumating yung magulang dito, hindi sila British. As long as pinanganak nga. So, that's the most straightforward route. Yun ang una. Now, the second possibility though is sabihin natin, walang status yung magulang.
Yung magulang,
overstayers sila.
Yes.
Okay? Now, so, kahit wala nga silang status, kung yung bata, dito pa nga rin pinanganak. Tapos po, 10 years old
10
na,
years.
Tuloy-tuloy yung,
At least, no?
tuloy-tuloy yung
Oo.
bata dito, no? 10 years old, at tama ka, at least 10 years old. So, so any, between 10 and obviously, well, actually, even as an adult, you can use it, no? Even if you
Really?
go over 18 under this, yeah.
Ah,
But
okay,
of course,
okay.
you want to make the application sooner,
Siyempre,
no?
as soon as
Sabihin natin
possible to
10
help the
kaya.
parents siguro, no?
Yeah.
Di ba? Okay.
Yan na nga. So,
The
sabihin
case of the
natin 10
parents.
years old na yung bata. So, walang status yung magulang, 10 years old na yung bata, dire-diretso, dito siya pinanganak, dire-diretso siya dito. Even then, kahit walang status yung mga magulang, you can still apply to be registered to be British. Now, hindi naman ibig sabihin na pagka-British ka na, automatic na din yung mga magulang
Parents.
mo. That's
Oo.
not the case. No?
Yes.
But it certainly helps your case. So that would be kung dito ka pinanganak. Now, kung hindi ka dito pinanganak, sinama ka ng magulang mo, no? Then there are 3 possible routes nga. So yung nga, tama ka, unang-una, sabihin natin, you've been in the UK 7 years, no? So let's say
Okay.
dumating ka dito, 3 years old ka, and you're 10 years old now.
Okay.
You've been in the United Kingdom nga 7 years, no? Then you can say, okay, 7 years na ako, itong evidence nga na 7 years na ako dito, and it would be unreasonable to expect me to leave the United Kingdom. Now, in that case, kung 3 years old nga lang yung bata nung dumating siya dito, tapos 10 na siya ngayon, no? Then chances are, well, it will be the case that all his schooling would have been in the United Kingdom. No? So there, you have a good argument to say that to leave the United Kingdom, to expect this child who has grown up really in the UK, nandito lahat mga kaibigan niya, and has had all his schooling in the United Kingdom, then you will probably succeed in saying, yeah, it would be unreasonable to expect that child to leave the UK. No? Now, that would be the first route. The second is, kung yung bata is over, sabihin natin, age 18 na, no? But between age 18 and age 25. If the child, again, is, well, hindi na, if not child, young adult na nga, no? But if they've spent at least half of their lives nga in the United Kingdom, again, you can make an application under that route, no? That you've lived in the UK continuously and you've spent half of your life in the UK and you age between 18 and 25. So,
Okay.
yun. And then the third one is if you don't satisfy any of those, you're over the age of 18, but you've not lived in the UK for beyond 20 years nga, but you can say that there are significant obstacles nga of integrating, say, in the Philippines. No, one of the things nga is if you've been schooled in the United Kingdom for most of your lives, wala kang pamilya nga sa atin, hindi ka marunong mag-Tagalog, no? You don't also have connections na din sa atin culturally, so that's a possibility. So it's quite a complex area of law, and it's actually just a snippet, really,
Oo nga,
of the roots.
You were mentioning mga unreasonableness, no, for the child to leave the UK. Attorney, okay, doon sa first case halimbawa, no, overstayers yung mga magulang, okay, so hindi maayos ang kanilang papers, but yung anak nila, say, at 12 or 11 years old, nag-apply sila para maging ano, di ba? Ano ba tawag doon? Maging British ba tawag doon? Is it British to get on,
Yeah, registration. Tama.
Registration. What happens now? Ano nang mangyayari sa parents? What is their next step? Siyempre, they want to regularize themselves. They use, well, in a way, use na rin strategy yung bata nila, anak nila. So eventually, na-register na. Anong mga, ano ba yan? Pagkatapos ba, na-register na, pwede na siyang British na, yung bata? Pwede na?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Pagka meron na siyang registration certificate, pwede siya maging,
pwede na.
He can get a British passport. So as soon as you're registered, he's then British.
In that case, anong gagawin ng parents naman? Anong next step nila? Or do they have to wait a few more years? Or do they have to start the application by being, or ano ba, parang yung human rights na naman? Ano ba ang Article 11? Or paano ang gagamitin? Anong strategy nila ng mga magulang?
Yeah. So mga magulang, basically, yung kaso nga nila, it becomes that much stronger. because then you have a child
okay.
who is British, who's living in the United Kingdom, who you obviously will care for, no? So, so if you like, it could make their case. It's not a guarantee, no? Okay, kung British nga yung bata, because of course they can say, well, it doesn't matter, British nga yung bata, child can still go, say, to the Philippines nga, and be raised there, as long as he has
Both parents,
a family nga in the Philippines.
The family, yes.
But the chances are they won't say that, no? As soon as you have nga a British child in the United Kingdom, the Home Office will have difficulties really arguing that that child should leave the United Kingdom with the parents. So the parents can make an application. Pero sila, and this is also something that I hear a lot of, no, British yung anak ko, I would also be British. Hindi po.
Hindi.
No?
Sabi mo, it's
The
not
child may
guaranteed,
be
di ba?
British. And well, the child will be British, but what you would get at best is limited leave to remain in the United Kingdom. Hindi din indefinite, limited nga lang. So the 2.5 years.
Okay, 2.5 years and then renewed. Marirenew yun.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay, so this is one way, no, of strengthening yung inyong position for applying, eventually becoming permanent residents sa United Kingdom by virtue of yung anak ninyo, no. So this is also quite a wait for a few years pagkapanganak, at least 10. Pero sabi mo yata, in the past you mentioned that as much as possible, try to make an earlier application rather than moving it, a little longer pa, no. Mas mabuti maaga pa lang. Sa bagay, depende yata, may mga strategies, di ba? May parents na baka gusto nilang mas maaga na, or may ano, di ba? It depends on the situation, no? Okay. Open na ho tayo sa questions, mga kaibigan. Kung nais ho ninyo magtanong na mga questions ho sa atin, open na ho si attorney. And we always suggest to you guys to turn in your questions as early as possible, no? Meron tayong question dito, attorney. Okay, ito pakibasa lang, attorney. Ito ang ating first question dito, no? From Ralph Angelo B. Sinson. Ito.
Okay. Okay. Ito pong question ni Ralph. May ask po kasi yung parents ko, bala ko pong kunin dito for holiday next year. May nagsabi po sa akin na hindi kami dapat magsabay-sabay papunta dito kasi baka isipin ng immigration na mag-TNT sila. What would be your advice regarding this? I'm currently on working visa and working as an ICU nurse po, now from Camden, London. No, Ralph, there's no reason why, no, na hindi sila magsabay. None at all. It's in fact it supports the case nga that they're coming in nga lang for a holiday. So they're kung magkasabay nga sila that they're coming here as a couple nga to enjoy the sights of the UK. No, none at all. There's no reason why you should stagger them. No? Unang-una si nanay tapos pangalawa si tatay. No, I would say, in fact, it probably strengthens their case na holiday nga lang. Make sure though, dahil dalawa nga sila, na mapakita mo na sapat nga ang pera, no? And if they're retired, also to say that, no? And maybe proof of retirement then, so they can see that when they're in the UK, that meron nga silang, meron silang asahan nga. Pero kung ikaw naman ang sasagot sa kanila, make sure you also include nga yung bank statement mo, tsaka payslip mo, and emphasize the fact that you're ICU nurse, no?
Right. Oo, kasi mas siyempre dahil mga di ba? Mga ano ba tawag dito, attorney? Dahil nurses are in demand dito, kumbaga kailangan dito, di ba? Meron ng mga nurses na nagre-resign because yung kanilang mga mental health na apektuhan eh. So, yan siguro baka may alam mo na kasi yun ang problema pag hindi masyadong aral, no, yung mga chismis, mga whispering diyan sa tabi-tabi o kwento-kwentuang barbero lang o usapang magkukumare. You just puro haka-haka eh. So yan, nagwo-worry siya. Diyan, kamukha niya, parents ba niya? Yan, sabi niya, balak kong kunin yung next year parents niya, oo.
For holiday.
Okay. Meron kasi akong kakilala na, kiniklaim niya, I don't know kung totoo yun, no? Ngayon nga, last week yata, nabanggit ko yata na hindi ko alam kung last week or the other week na ano daw siya na blacklist, pero you were saying na there's no such a thing yata as a blacklisted sa no, pero parang may hirapan na siyang kumuha uli ng mga papupuntahin na sa tourists or to visitors on a visitor's visa dahil yung sister niya at saka yung mother niya, pinapunta yung mother niya, pinasamahan sa sister, but the intention was, okay, the intention was baka pa silang mother, but ang talagang intention was maiwan yung sister, ihahanap ng asawa. Nakapag-asawa naman, Irish. Kaya lang, yun ang kiniklaim naman niya na blacklist siya, no? So, iyan, baka mag-TNT. Yun, nag-TNT talaga, tapos nag-asawa. Eto, ang parents, no, hindi, kung isa ba yung kapatid nila? Walang iisipin yung immigration attorney, no?
Yeah.
As long as they can afford?
Yeah, pwede. Yeah, as long as they can afford it. Pero yung dahil ICU nurse kang, payo ko din, Ralph, no? Pagka dahil magbibigay ka ng letter in support, no? Lagay mo, unang-una, lagay mo yung trabaho mo that you're working as an ICU nurse. And do say, no, because of the demands nga of your job and the limited holiday time nga available to you because of that, no, you would wish for your parents to join you in the UK for the time for the holiday nga. So it's a good way of saying, sinasabi mo nga, ano bang dahilan? Why can't you simply go to the Philippines and enjoy a holiday there? Because you are an ICU nurse and you probably they probably prefer you didn't go on holiday. No?
Yeah.
Pero sabihin mo.
Attorney, kamukha ng di ba? I don't know if you've heard this, no? May yan ba pwede ng direkta, no, from the Philippines? Say, for example, the parents have not traveled before, hindi nagta-travel before. Ito yung first traveling nila abroad. Sa palagay mo, hindi maapektuhan yung kanilang application? Kasi kaya ko natanong yan, this is the strategy of a lot of Filipinos. Ang gagawin nila, bago sila makapunta, let's say mag-apply ng US visa or British visa or whatever visa, no, na yung mga may higpit na countries, magta-travel muna naman Hong Kong, kung saan-saan lugar muna within Asia, ganyan, just to show na marami ng travels, di ba? Ganyan, iniisip nila, no? Layman siguro, concept of, medyo this will strengthen my application because I can show to the immigration officer or kung sino man yon na may pera ko nakapag-travel. Sa ganyang cases, may mga cases ba, for example, they want to bring their I don't know, parents dito who haven't traveled even in, once in their lives, walang apekto yan? Or do the immigration, let's say sa Pilipinas, would they consider, hindi pa nag-travel to, baka mamaya mag-TNT to? Is that also something that crosses the minds of yung mga interviewing officers? How do you call that? No?
Yeah.
Immigration interviewing officers? How do you call them?
Consular
officers?
Case workers, no?
Case workers, yeah. What do you think?
Yeah. So itong kasong ito, I can't imagine, kahit hindi pa nga sila, nagbibiyahe nga dati, I can't imagine that would be issue. It depends also kung anong edad ng parents, no? So if the parents are that much older and also retired nga and can show meron nga silang bahay sa atin, they have quite a good livelihood nga din sa atin, then the concerns that they would overstay is probably that much less. Mainly, yung mga nachechempohan is our ages say 20s, 30s, and indeed 40s, and potentially early 50s nga, no? The older nga the applicant is, potentially the less concerned because they may say, well, bakit pa, no? Hindi naman they're retired nga sa Pinas, and so the parents in this case, I can't see that would be a problem kahit wala nga silang biyahe na. So don't be concerned if they have not traveled before. Actually, you can also use that as something in support, no? You can certainly say, it could be, Ralph, na gusto mong gawin ito as a kind of a treat to them. It could be an anniversary gift or birthday gift nga, no? And maybe also na for the first time, perhaps you can afford to also bring them in the UK to show them around. And ako nga, my experience at the moment is a lot of people are applying for family members, in this case nga parents, to come to the United Kingdom because they know how itong COVID, they've it's brought to them how short life can be, and they want to spend quality and time with the parents. So you should also say that kung ano man rason mo, no? So things to watch out for, as I say, is emphasize the fact you're ICU nurse, you don't have much time, no? Also, meron bang rason, no? Is it a gift, for example? Is it anniversary? And also if it's obviously they were not able to come last year, probably even not in the year before, potentially nga because of COVID. So this is quite a nice treat for them. So it's for you to say so. Ilagay mo sa supporting letter mo, Ralph.
Ayan. At saka nurses, hindi ko naman sinasabing partial sila, pero it will be very, di ba? Parang, di ba, key worker ang mga nurses eh. And so, baka mas lenient sila sa kanila, no? That's good, no? At least, biro mo, si Ralph Angelo Sinson, isa palang ICU nurse. Hindi niya no? Which is good, no? I mean, nakakatuwa naman. Pero ngayon, because of the pandemic, it will be quite expensive, no? For the family to come over dahil they will have to be billeted in hotels and they have to magkano uli yung meron tayong dating presyo dahil we're coming from a red list country, no? Yung nasa red list, no? 'Di ba? Yung traffic.
Yeah, 1,750. Pero Ralph, wag mo munang gagawin ngayon, no? Because we are red list country. So because they won't be given a visa to come into the United Kingdom because that would be a visit visa nga lang, no? So wait until we're lifted from the red list country. And then, yes, at the moment anyway, if you're coming in from the Philippines, kung hindi nga visit visa, it's 1,750 pounds per person.
Wow. Oo. Kung isasama pa niya yung kapatid niya, di ba, lalo na, no? Mas mahal-mahal na yan, no? Pagka ganyan, no? Marami kayo sinama. And that's the reason why a lot of people, when this thing about the mga red list and kung ano yung mga traffic light system na ginawa sa atin, they were not keen on coming back to the UK. Meron mga nandun sa mga South America yata nung mga initial time na lumabas yan na parang teka muna, sige, dito na muna kami mag-stay dahil nga ang gastos kung 5 kaming uuwi, di ba, ang laking pera niya, no? Imagine mo yan, no? Plus yung mga test and so on and so forth. Ako, napaka-gastos. Okay, right. Meron tayong another question dito, attorney, sa Deleno. Okay. Ipasok ko lang yung greeting ni Mylene. No? Yan, may mabati sa atin si Mylene. Okay, Mylene Bax. Okay, asa ba ito si Mylene? Okay, yan. Ayan, Mylene Bax. No? Yan.
Okay.
Happy Thursday po, sir. No?
Yeah, Mylene Amahoy, Mabelo Bax, no? Happy Thursday po, sir.
Happy Thursday po.
Look at her picture, no? She looks lovely.
Mylene. Okay. Well, yeah, she's lovely, no? Mylene, mabuhay. Bax siguro, yan ang surname ng asawa niya, Bax. Ayan. Okay, attorney, we have a second question. Ito ay galing kay Marie Sharon, no? Ganda naman ang pangalan to. Marie Sharon. Ayan, attorney.
Okay.
Ayan, pakibasa lang, attorney.
So,
can you read this? Yes.
So sabi po ni Marie Sharon, hello po, ask ko lang po. Ang friend ko nasa Pinas, almost 2 years na. British citizen po siya. Ma-revoke bang British citizenship niya? Naturalized, no? Kasi lagpas na sa 2 years sa Pinas o sa abroad. Thank you so much and God bless. Thanks for that, Marie. No, the quick answer, and I'm pleased to say it is a quick answer. No, kung British siya, the 2 years does not apply, no? Yung 2 years po, it's to do with kung indefinite leave to remain, no? Kung indefinite leave to remain siya, then absolutely, kung lagpas ng, sabi dito, almost 2 years na. So kung indefinite nga lang siya, ang payo ko, come back to the UK as soon as possible. Pero kung British siya, hindi siya kailangan mag-alala. It's fine. She can remain in the Philippines for as long as she wants. Hindi po problema dahil British na nga siya.
Ayan, we left it as is, yung pag-message niya sa atin, attorney, no? We left it as is. Kaya yung mga siya niya, SIA, yan, hello po, alas ko lang po, friend ko nasa Pinas, almost 2 years na, British citizen po siya. May revoke, ma-revoke siguro, ma-revoke po ba ang British citizenship? Lagpas na 2 years. Hindi, no? Ano yan, sa mga permanent residents lang? Hindi, no? Hindi, oo. So, ano yan, okay, let's just say permanent resident para for the benefit of those who are watching us for the first time, no? So, natural, ano sila, meron silang permanent residency, okay, and indefinite leave to remain. Ano ang repercussions? Halimbawa, baka yan ang parang, let's just say, doon na lang sa sa indefinite leave to remain, no? Yung permanent residency. Ano ang repercussions kapag lumagpas ng 2 years? Ano ang mga problemang kakaharapin? Ano ang challenges? O ano ang negative or disadvantages if they let it stay or beyond, no? At for example, itong COVID, hindi makabalik, can it be a reason? Attorney, ano mga masasabi mo riyan?
Okay, so yeah, the repercussions, the consequences of not being able to come back, if you've been away for 2 years, is massive, no? So basically, kung indefinite leave to remain ka, yun ang status mo, tapos umuwi ka sa atin, and then you have gone over the 2 years, automatically po, paso na yun, yung indefinite mo. So, that means you can't come back to the United Kingdom with the same status. Kung babalik ka nga dito, you will need another visa, no? Either say as a visitor nga, or you need to make an application for what's called returning resident. So basically, you want to get back nga yung indefinite leave to remain. And that is where this COVID issue come into play. So if you could not come back because of COVID nga, then that certainly would be very good reason why you have exceeded the 2 years. And you will find there will likely to be quite accommodating nga. But there you need to be able to show that indeed that is the reason. So for example, nahawa ka or you have friends or indeed family who contracted COVID and you were required to stay there. So they would be very good reasons to support your application as a returning resident. On top of that, if you're making an application as a returning resident, kailangan nyo pakita that you actually have maintained close ties to the United Kingdom, no? So, na meron kang mga bank account pa nga rin dito, meron kang mga kaibigan, meron kang tutuluyan dito, hopefully also even maybe a home in the United Kingdom. So, those would be things that they would take into account if you're making an application under the returning residence route, no? But yeah, it's 2 years plus, paso na yung yung visa mo, babawiin nila. So basically, you need to start again from either scratch, no? Or if you're lucky, then you can make an application and hopefully succeed as a returning resident in the United Kingdom.
Ayan, no? Okay.
So quite
So,
serious.
pero doon sa unang tanong unang tanong, okay lang, no? Walang problema because British 'yon, no? But secondly, yun nga yung 'di ba you have to sort that out, no? Dahil siyempre, lalo na kung may COVID ang tawag dito, complication pa 'yan, no? So, ayan.
Yeah. Oh,
go
actually,
ahead,
there, Sonny, just going back to that question British na nga siya. Okay, there should be no problem coming back into the United Kingdom kahit nga 2 years plus. But bear in mind, if someone, kahit nga British, and they want to come back to the UK and they need and mainly they're coming back for health reasons, for health care, no? Because they want to access nga the NHS. You're not automatically entitled to NHS care, no? If they do not think, even though you're British, that you are ordinarily resident in the United Kingdom. So basically, sabihin natin, nandun ka sa Pinas, British ka, umuwi ka sa atin, you've been in the Philippines for 3 years, wala ka ng bahay dito, wala kang bank account, you've not visited the UK all that time, wala kang mga kamag-anak nga dito. When you go to hospital or even the GP, no, they may say, well, hang on, no, you're no longer ordinarily resident in the United Kingdom, and therefore you are not entitled to receive NHS assistance. No? So that could be quite serious if you need medical help.
Marami tayong mga kababayan, attorney, mabalik sa Pilipinas thinking na, well, it'd be a cheaper, especially kung hindi pa nakabuo-buo na siguro magandang pensyon, it would be cheaper for them to stay home, no? Sa Pilipinas. Kaya nga lang, yung one of the disadvantages or consequences of that would be yung healthcare nila, no? Di ba? So, yung sinasabi mo, although British pala, kunyari, mag-asawa, mga British, umuwi ng Pilipinas, binenta siguro ang bahay nila rito, nakakasakit lagi, nahihirapan, and when they come back, are you saying na hindi sila basta-basta makakapagpatingin sa health NHS?
Absolutely, yeah, because they're the main thing now that they introduced is you need to be able to show that you are ordinarily resident in the UK, no? So kung wala kang bahay dito, you have nothing, you don't have bank accounts, no, nothing that shows nga that you have maintained your residence in the UK, then yeah, absolutely, the hospital may say, well, okay, we will treat you, but you have to pay.
Ayun. Attorney, yung mga may mga nag-a-apply ng mga, let's say, visitors visa or any kind of visa, no? Maski yung mga pero they had to put in, may either sa mga financial sila, they had to lie, or siguro nag-lie sila sa kanilang mga, yung kanilang mga marital statuses, no? Yan ba, pag nalaman ba, kunyari, let's say nalaman dito sa United Kingdom, ano ang nangyayari? Have you heard of mga situations? We'd like to know, we're curious, what happens? They were discovered, they were found out. What happens? Is it a letter that goes to the house of the residence of that person? Or are they arrested? Or are they brought to the detention camp or yung immigration or whatever? Ano mga consequences if you lied in your application, whatever kind of application it is? Pag you were found out, ano ang consequences? Ano nangyayari most likely?
Quite serious, no? So it depends also on what you have. So, for example, actually at the moment, sadly, I have a number of cases where the Home Office have said, babawiin nila yung British citizenship ng kliyente ko, no? The reason for that is they think that my client deceived the Home Office, either because ang kaso nga nila that they have they committed fraud in that or that it's they're not who they say they are, no, and that the deception is material nga to the grant. So unang-una, kung British nga, they can rescind your citizenship, which of course means that you will no longer have leave to status in the United Kingdom. So the upshot is you need to go back. Now, you can of course make representations, and it could be na bawiin nga nila yung British citizenship mo, but then you get grant limited leave to remain in the UK. So basically you start over. That's one possibility. Now, if, however, you're not British yet, nandito ka, you have indefinite leave to remain, sabihin natin, or indeed a spouse visa, and they find that you actually committed deception, and the deception is material to your case. So one possibility is, say you entered the United Kingdom as a spouse, no? Tapos nalaman nila na actually you're married, no? Or already in the Philippines. Then they will say that the spouse visa was granted, and the basis of the spouse visa is deception, no? So pwede lang bawiin yon. So it can have very, very serious consequences, and it can be even if what some people may view as not quite so important. So a different year of birth, no? A different place of birth, no? So they can have very, very serious consequences if there's any form of deception. But if you're facing that kind of situation, don't just accept it though, no? Because it needs to be material to your case. So if it's not material to your case, nagkamali nga lang because it's an admin error, for example, or indeed the facts are hindi ka nagsinungaling. So don't just take it, fight for it. But it can have very, very serious consequences. Tama ka.
Okay, may nagpapatanong dito, attorney, pero walang pangalan, walang ano. Meron ho akong criminal record sa Pilipinas. Nakarating po ako rito as tourist on a tourist visa. Ayan, okay, on a tourist visa. At overstayer po ako. May magpapakasalan po ako at mahal niya ako. Kung maayos po ang paper ko, Matitrace po ba ng British government ang aking criminal record sa Pilipinas?
They can, yeah. Like other countries, it's everything is computerized na nga. Pero una-una pa ito. It depends also kung ano nga nangyari, no? Kung anong record mo nga. But if you do not make the declaration, that in itself, actually, that omission is deception. Pagka nagpasok ka ng application, especially on that basis, on the relationship basis nga, and you're submitting a case on Article 8, one of the things one of the questions actually on the application form is, have you been subject to any criminal proceedings, for example, anything to do with character. So kung malaman nila later on, sabihin natin, nakakuha ka ng visa, nalaman nila later on, pwede nilang bawiin just on that basis. So,
Wow.
so it can have, follow you.
Maraming mga Pinoy ganyan. Kasi wala silang choice, attorney siguro, dahil siguro ito, walang choice dahil ano tawag dito, they have to lie in a way para makapasa, makarating dito, kunyari ko sa kanilang application siguro, So, I'm sure maraming ganyan ng case na, and even nagbo-worry yan, di ba? Yung mga yan nagbo-worry umuwi sa Pilipinas, hindi makauwi-uwi dahil baka nandun sila sa list ba? Yung may mga list yan May mga, lalo na kung may nagawa kang case na medyo heavy, meron kang, may hold order, di ba? Now-hold kayo?
Yeah.
Now-hold ka
Hold order.
May hold order. So, nakataka siguro, baka merong case, may cases na may pendency yung case magpapasok pa lang So siguro tatakas na nakapunta sa UK or wherever or any place during the pendency hindi pa na-file siguro hindi lumabas sa NBI. 'Di ba pagka nag-apply kaya sa naghihingi ka ng NBI record na 'di ba yung mga mga ganun mga records. They had to lie, syempre. They had to lie, But yun nga lang, they parang is a risk that they have to take, Parang kung makita, I don't know, ang UK ba? We have an applicant dito, Pedro Penduko. Does he have a record in the Philippines? Ano ba, ginagawa ba? O hindi naman masyado? Or do they sometimes just check on, paano ba? Kasi a lot of Filipinos cannot go home, cannot even go back and forth. Tayo, you and me, we can go back and forth to the Philippines. But some other Filipinos cannot go back and forth, fearful that their name is included in the, di ba? Baka mamaya nakauwi na, biglang i-hold sa airport sa Pilipinas, may record ka rito, di ba? Ganon. So, nandito na. Ayun. So,
it can
you're
happen.
saying, ingat lang talaga. Wag niyo, pero wala. Attorney, that's the reality of life Some people will have to lie Ano na lang, maghintay na lang sila, they would be found out. Di ba? Lalo na yung mga nagti-TNT.
Yeah, before doing anything, unang-una po, what is that? Ano bang kaso, ano bang nangyari? Because it could be that you can argue also, that it's not of such severity that it should affect now yung application mo. It could also be that you feel that you were convicted, say, wrongly, Or it could be that, by comparison nga to the UK, that conviction is already what they call spent conviction dahil matagal na nga, So, but it's never, the problem always nga kung either it's by omission or nagsinungaling ka on the application form is that is something that will likely follow you, Follow you even after nga indefinite leave to remain and even after British passport. So think about it very, very carefully before making false declarations nga.
Parang sinasabi mo yung fraud na yung ina-assert ng parang ng gobyerno, di ba? Na fraud yata yung sinasabi mo, yung case na handle mo. Okay, we have a question here from Lisa Hobbs, ano ba to? Ikaw na magbasa. Sabi niya, attorney, paano po kung dependent visa expired? Ito, dali lang. We're flashing it. Sandali lang, ha? Sandali lang, Lisa, ha? I can read your question dito. Ano po, attorney, paano kung dependent visa expired na rin? Ano yan? BRP, may BRP? Hindi ka. Okay, sandali Attorney, sandali lang. We're trying to find that. Ito, attorney. Yan, kay Lisa Hobbs, nakikita ko rito.
Okay, so Lisi ito po. So,
Lisi pala, Lisi Hobbs, tama.
Attorney, paano kung dependent visa, expired na rin ang BRP niya? 2 years na siya sa Pinas. Dahil sa pandemic, hindi siya nakabalik,
Di pa
sa
nakabalik
UK.
dito sa UK.
18 years
Oh.
old, yeah.
18 years old na sa December, pwede pa ba mag-apply return visa? Anong dapat gawin? Thank you, attorney, and may God bless.
Okay. So 2 years na siyang after. So
Ano ba daw? 2 years
dependent
na
visa
2 years na
extra.
2 years na nagstay siguro sa Pilipinas. Let's just say attorney, paano kung dependent visa? Expired na
Oo.
rin BRP niya. 2 years na siya. Siya siguro siya sa Pinas. Siya. They sometimes write
Okay.
XIA siya sa Pinas.
Right.
Dahil sa pandemic, kaya di pa nakabalik dito sa UK. 18 years old na sa December, pwede pa ba apply return visa? Anong dapat gawin? Thank you, attorney, and may God bless. Ayan.
Okay. So kung so siguro
Have you gotten your head around it now? Okay.
Yeah. So
All right.
dependent siya, no? So pamasok siya kasama siguro kinuha siya ng magulang, ano? So although dependent visa nga siya, indefinite leave to remain na I'm assuming. Pero yung nga lang lumagpas na yung tuloy niya sa atin ng lumagpas ng 2 years. So partly because nga because of the pandemic, because of course it's been raging in the Philippines and everywhere else for well over 1 year na nga. Now, mag-18 na siya nitong December. Now, ito, Lizzie, kung nandito pa mga magulang niya, no, or may kapatid siya dito, meron siya mga kamag-anak nga dito, especially, as I've said, kung nandito pa magulang niya, then, even though matagal na nga siya doon, she can then still potentially come back into the United Kingdom. Actually, kung 18, in fact, no, because she's 18, she can still come back to the United Kingdom because she's a minor, no? So she, especially nga kung sasamahan niya nga yung magulang nga niya dito. So she must come back to the United Kingdom before she hits 18. So kung December siya magiging 18, she must come back, in fact, before she reaches the age of 18. So she should actually be, because she's she's still minority, she should still be okay. Assuming, of course, na settled visa nga siya dito. So if she entered as a dependent settled status under 18, she should come back.
So
Pwede
technically 17 years old pa lang siya because ano pa lang, kalahati pa lang yung taon eh. Halfway pa lang nung year. So 17 and a half, no? 17 pa lang siya. Okidoki. Ayan, so pwede may chance pa, no? Although she overstayed yung lumagpas sa 2 years dahil yung being 18 years old dependent, it works in her favor, no? More or less, no?
Yeah.
May mga ganyan, attorney. I had a problem with my son, no? I was trying to bring him over. Meron bang, I just would like to go back at recall kung paano situation. Halimbawa, in-apply mo na ng dependence visa na yata yan, di ba? Tama ba yan?
Mm-hmm.
Ayaw dumating, no? Is there a lapse? Kunyari, let's just say, hindi ko na matanda kung anong edad ko siya in-apply. Let's just say he was 14, 15 nung in-apply ko na to come over to the UK. And then, pag nag-apply ba na visa sa Pilipinas, gaano katagal? Meron ba ang expiration niya? Kanyari, kasi ang tagal siya i-convince ng sister, ang tagal ng convincing, ayaw dahil maraming barkada sa Pilipinas eh. Meron bang, ano ba ang situation ngayon? I really don't know what the situation is. So, say you applied for your son or child or daughter, kailangan ba, is there a period for them to travel to the UK kagad? Para to be able to, o wala? Walang ano yun. Kasi nung in-apply ko yata, permanent residency yata. Tama nga ba?
Yeah. Nagbago ng batas probably in the last siguro 5 years, maybe a little bit less nga than that, no? So,
okay. Ano situation
ngayon? Yeah, pagka nakakuha ng visa, no, they will only give you anyway limited leave to enter the UK. So usually, I think it's something like 28 days nga lang muna, no? They've changed that during the COVID time. So now they should give you a minimum of 3 months to be able to enter the United Kingdom. You need to use the visa during that time. No? Kung di mo gamitin, then that visa lapses. Now, if there's a good reason why you can't travel, sabihin natin may sakit ka or something like that, then you need to apply nga to extend, if you like, that visa. Pagka nandito ka na, no, dependent settlement visa ka, pagka nandito ka na, then you get this BRP saying that you have settled status in the UK. Pero dati, in the olden days, di ba tatak, no? Hindi naman BRP. So,
meron siyang may parang
nakatatak
stamp doon, yung parang di ba, parang yung dinidikit na parang
Yeah.
Oo,
Yeah,
permanent resident na kagad
in
siya.
in those days, it was green potentially or yellow, no? Nandun nga resident settlement status in the UK. So there, you could come into the United Kingdom, and usually, actually, even where there's a long delay, no? Depends on how thorough someone is. So they would then check pagka nandito ka na or at the airport, no? Are you still coming in? For example, as a dependent. Those things they would check out. But now, iba ng batas eh. So you need to use it within a certain time.
A certain
it's
time,
only
oh.
when you're in the UK that you then get this BRP.
Kinonvince lang siya, no, mga kapatid na, at saka kami, no? Hindi, pasok ka lang. Then pagkatapos, lumabas ka na, umano ka na, lumabas ka na. Let's just say, ganun situation, nabola mo, because ayaw siguro, may period ngayon, a certain period. Pumasok. Pag pumasok ba ngayon, magiging permanent resident, magkakaroon ba ng unlimited leave to remain? Permanent residency ba? What happens when they arrive? Sabi mo, limited leave to remain. Parang papel lang yata. Anong nangyari when they come over?
Yeah, so pagka nandito na sila, basically they'll have to do this. That's when you get the BRP, no?
Okay, BRP, okay.
Yung card mo nga mismo. So they will, you can either, I think actually, I'm not sure whether you can even pick it up now still or not. So, but pagka nandito ka, it's only when you arrive in the United Kingdom, makukuha mo nga yung BRP. So basically, pagka pumasok siya dito, no, and then he gets the BRP, then he has permanent residency in the United Kingdom. Now, ibig sabihin, kung gusto niyang tumuloy nga dito, hindi problema. Pero sabihin natin gusto niyang umuwi sa atin ulit. He can do that, of course, no? But then he has this potential issue. Kung matagal nga siya sa atin, 2 years plus, then he loses the indefinite leave to remain.
Ina-apply ba yan, attorney? So he arrives. My son, for example, arrived. Okay? The following day, ano ba yan? Mag-i-apply ba o automatically will just go someplace and, may BRP na ako, pick upin ko lang. Ano ba yan? Do you apply pa? Paano yan? See, he arrives today, the following day, what's the situation? Pupunta ba siya sa isang ahensya or meron na siyang ready nag-aabang sa kanya? Pick upin na lang niya.
Yeah, so you simply you would then pick up actually. So all those arrangements nga. Yeah, so those arrangements are essentially made when you basically pagka nakakuha ka, it's limited leave. It's simply that you don't get it, you don't pick it up nga until you're in the United Kingdom.
So you mean to say, naaprobahan, you were given, your son or whoever was approved doon sa Pilipinas, one day, naka-ready na yan dito? Ibig sabihin, naka-ready na yan?
Yeah, it's you need to essentially write to them and say, okay, I want to collect. Actually, I've had issues with that recently.
Uh-oh.
Well, a few months ago because of COVID. Nga, all the offices are closed. No.
Okay.
And you have to pay. You have to also get your BRP within a certain amount of time. But because of COVID, and even now, they're being quite sympathetic. So if there's a delay, don't be concerned. But you need to still make the effort, no? So kung sarado nga sila, make sure you catalog na sarado nga yung opisina, no? But at the moment, all the offices are pretty much open now. So the answer is it's only when you are in the United Kingdom that you get this document. You go and pick it up. But one thing also, of course, a lot of people are isolating. So they couldn't actually pick up within the certain time.
Okay. Basta nga, ikatalog mo lang, sabihin mo lang, kunyari, kung sarado, o kung sarado man o hindi, ngayon sabi mo, pretty much they're open. Pero, at least, no, pwede kukunin lang, no? Kukunin lang. But you have to, at a certain time, kailangan habulin nyo. Hindi, buti nga, kanina, I just wanted to say na, ngayon ko lang nalaman, a lot of things have changed pala, no? Lahat ng mga concepts ko nung araw, like dependent, na over 65 na pwedeng dumating, and so on and so forth, nagbago pala within the last so many years, no? Because that was an issue with us. We're trying to convince my son to come over. Ayaw. So we were telling him, di, mag-fly ka lang, lumabas ka na afterwards. Ganon. So ngayon pala, mayroon pa mga BRP na pala ngayon. Meron na palang limited time na kailangan pumasok ka. No? Hindi yung tipong porke meron siya permanent residency, anytime niya gustong pumunta. Kasi nung araw, pag-apply ko pala, permanent resident na siya kagad sa Pilipinas eh. Hindi pa siya nakakapasok ng UK eh. Hindi, ano na siya, yung permanent resident na kagad ang visa niya. No? Unlimited leave to remain. No? So okay, ito may mga pagbati lang tayo, attorney. Nako, napasarap yung kwentuhan lang natin kasi marami kasi mga problema. Alam niyo, immigration, like we said, pag nalusutan mo yan, para ka nanalo sa lottery na because it's very challenging, no? Like we always say. Okay. All right. Ito may mga yung mga greetings dito. Ito lang mga some greetings before we say goodbye, no? Ito, okay. Ayan, sabi ni Grace Remonde, Antoine ba yan?
Antoine, yeah.
Oh, Antoine.
So, yeah.
Sige,
Hello po.
basahin mo
Good
na.
evening, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. Happy Thursday evening po sa inyo at sa lahat ng taga-subaybay sa programa. God bless. God bless.
All of us, to all of us. Ayan, sige, ayusin na natin next weekend talaga. Kailangan kompleto mabasa lahat ng messages nyo. Okay, attorney yan. Final message lang muna natin for the while. Bago natin,
thank you, Attorney and Sir Sonny. Kailangan po bang mag-apply ng return visa o hindi na kailangan?
Return visa o return ticket?
No, hindi niya kailangan.
May return visa ba? Hindi. Return...
No, hindi niya kailangan.
Mag-apply na return visa? She will... hindi na. Dahil parang, babalik na ako. Lagpas akong 2 years dito. Baka yun ang ibig sabihin na, to return. Yung visa to return. Yan. Or hindi na kailangan. Ano sagot mo, attorney? Sorry? Hindi na kailangan.
Hindi niya kailangan kasi it would still be valid.
Ayan, okay. All right. Well, I guess okay, baka meron kang it's time for us to say goodbye. Napasarap po tayo. Medyo napahaba ng konti, but as always, pag Thursday. Attorney, mga shoutouts, anything that you probably naalala mo, I wanted to clarify this point na I forgot while explaining something. Baka may naalala ka kung meron man, no? Please go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yun nga po. So, unang-una po, merong nag-email sa akin, no? I think 2 weeks ago now. Tapos tumawag din siya sa, I think last week or the week before nga, no? Ang question niya, yung pension para sa uncle niya, no? Madam, hindi ko na makita yung email mo. Hindi mo nilagay yung subject immigration corner. I have the answer for you. I have the link for you, okay? So please email me, tapos I'll send you the link. I actually found a very good article that deals with it. So hopefully it's quite a complex area and it's frankly not my specialty. But I think yung article, the one that I found, deals exactly with your point, coincidentally. So please email me and I will email you the link. Kung may question ka doon, let me know, but it should clarify the question. Now, I had Miss Manalo, no? Hello, thank you very much for watching at saka yung email mo. I sent you my reply, no? Earlier on in the afternoon. So pagka nakuha mo, I also there sent a link that elaborates a little bit more. Kung may tanong ka, then get back to me, no? Now, Jane, no? I got your email today. Thank you, and I will reply to you. I think binigay mo yung telephone number mo. Kung hindi, can you just email that also, just in case it may be better for me to call you back. So again, thank you all so very, very much for continuing to watch and continuing to join us. No, it truly is. I'm always humbled by the time you choose to spend with us, no? It's and truly, I know it's I always say this, but talaga, it's Happy Thursday. It's the highlight of my week. I really nga enjoy being here and receiving your very interesting questions, and I'm learning also all the time. So I'm so grateful, and of course, by no means secondary is being with the gorgeous Mr. Sonny LARAGAN, no?
Ako nga yung grateful, attorney, dahil I also learn. You say it's a learning process for you because you get to learn. Di ba, nare-reinforce siguro yung knowledge mo, and then by way of probably doing a bit of added research, lalong nadadagdagan yung kaalaman natin. And it's, sabi nga, we never have to stop learning. Ako nga, for example, obsolete na pala yung idea ko. And it's just that when they were asking about this return, di ba? Yung nagtatanong si Lacey Habs ba nagtatanong ng ganon? Yung may dependent daw, may ganon, di ba? Naaalala ko tuloy yung aking anak, no? And obsolete na pala yung ano na yun, no? So ngayon pala, iba na, no? Iba na sistema. I'm sure, no? Maski back in 1999, iba yung mga, as years went by, naging iba-iba ang mga siguro changes sa immigration rules, no? So nakakatuwa yan, di ba? Naging happy Thursday ka na, may nalaman ka pa, di ba? Oh, they happy kami. Kasama mo. It's also a one way to keep our sanity intact, no? Kasi syempre, di ba, parang nabubuwang-buwang na tayo naman to, hindi tayo makalabas. Meron tayong programang ganito. You can watch us. I'm sure you've watched all of the YouTube shows. You've watched all the Netflix and the Prime videos. But iba pa rin ho yung live. At saka ito, you can relate to it. Mga Pinoy, no? And it makes us sane nga. But saka we're so grateful din sa'yo, no, attorney, because we learned something. Ang night natin hindi naman nasasayang because we learned. Although ang hirap, medyo nako-complicate ako sa mga 10 years ko, between 18 to 25. Pero okay lang yun. That's part of it. That's part of learning, di ba? Kaya nga may review eh. In future, again, we might talk about this because we might have new viewers all the time. We have new viewers. So, although we have discussed it in the past, and there might be new viewers watching us for right now. Nako,
at saka, of course, yung mga questions niyo po, no? We sa akin, it's quite exciting and often, edge of my seat sort of thing, because I don't get the questions in advance. No? So bear in mind.
May disadvantage ka pala, attorney. Hindi na ibibigay sa'yo kagad yung question. Hindi ka mukha sa ambassador. Sometimes they would ask, pwede bang i-advance yung question sa amin? Kung ano yung mga tatanong ng ating mga kababayan sa kanilang mga different, di ba, jurisdictions. Kunyari, kung ano ba tawag dito? Kung Poland yan, ano yung mga tanong ng mga taga-Poland. So we give them, no? Kung France yan, o kung ano. Oo nga. Babayaan mo, sige, i-advance natin sa'yo, no?
So I like to live dangerously.
Hindi, okay, may trillion, tama yan. Oh, at least yung life natin, it becomes exciting on a Thursday, di ba? Uy, what's gonna be happening? Ano ba mga questions sa ating mga kababayan? Yung mga questions ni attorney, as spelled yan, we don't edit them anymore. How it's written, how it's sent to us, that's how it is, no? Well, yeah. Well, they're watching, so they can attest to it, no? That's how we wrote it, di ba? We wouldn't know unless merong ano. Ito, sabi lang ni tag dito, parang sobrang thank you ba ito? Parang sobrang thank you, attorney. Pakibasa na, attorney, para no?
Okay. Sobrang thank you, Attorney Lira and Sir Sonny. Nadiwanagan ko kami na maayos at nakahinga. Happy Thursday sa lahat.
Alam mo talaga, pagka may suspense ka talaga, minsan hindi ka makahinga, no? Minsan, ngayon, pag hindi ka rin makahinga, di lalo magugutom. Ako, kamukha ko, nagugutom na. Siguro, I'll have a late snack or dinner tonight, no? Dahil it's been wonderful. Ito, nakapahabol na. Alam mo, minsan nag-close na tayo ng show, minsan ang dami pumapasok. Pero sige, habulin na lang natin para mapagbigyan lang na, they said goodbye and hello, ganyan, no? Ayan, attorney, pakibasa lang yan para bago tayo.
Actually, Lizzie, email me padala mo sa akin email mo, and then ang gagawin ko, I'll send you actually the link for it, no? Sorry. The problem with...
Ito, pasok lang natin kung i-email me. Sabi mo, pag email me, ibig sabihin, kailangan ipalabas natin yung email address mo. Ito lang.
Yeah.
Email mo si attorney.
Sorry, sandali lang po. The problem with the live show, if things go wrong, no? Sa akin, nahulog yung
earpiece. Okay lang yan.
no?
Okay lang yan. Talagang live na live.
Yeah.
Kita nyo, authentic to. Talagang walang to, no? Talagang we are naturally your friends. And, can let our hair down. So, whatever happens, nahulog yung earpiece namin, okay lang. Okay. As you were saying, attorney.
Yeah. So, Lizzie, email me please, no? Itong email ko, no? CABATBAT@Douglas tapos -simon.com, yeah? You can, of course, call at 0203-375-0555. Pero mas maganda siguro, if you email me your email, ang gagawin ko, I'll send you the relevant link, ha? And also give me your telephone number, just in case it's something we need to discuss. But email would be good.
Okay, si Ma'am Cora lang para lang to cap our night, no? Sige, pakibasa lang attorney.
So galing po to, kay Ma'am Cora Carsola. Many thanks again, Sir Sonny and Attorney Lira, for what we've learned from you tonight. We can share them to our kababayans needing them. Salamat po, Manang.
Yes, teacher yan. So, isi-share niya, di ba? You're imparting knowledge, you're sharing, gano'n. So, yeah. Mabuhay. Thanks, Ma'am Carsola. So, with that, no, I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. Maraming salamat ho sa inyong lahat na sumusubaybay and making our Thursday indeed happy, no? And of course, we want to thank si Attorney Lira Simol CABATBAT, no? Grateful for being here and telling us, letting us know the intricacies of, the immigration rules and making it as easy as possible for us to understand. So, we'll see you again the next Thursday for another happy Thursday. And since it's Thursday, almost we're headed towards a weekend. So, happy weekend ho. Always stay safe and healthy. God bless. We love you. And good night. Bye-bye.
Sa World Remit, naiintindihan namin ang iyong paglalakbay. Na minsan, kailangan lumayo upang makamit ang tagumpay. With ways to save more, when you send more, World Remit is here for you, so you can be there for them.